Hello, and welcome to the Ophthalmic Pathology Virtual Microscopy website, established through a collaboration between Loyola University Chicago, Wilmer Eye Institute, Duke University, University of Iowa, Northwestern University, New York Eye and Ear Infirmary, Rush University, and Bascom Palmer Eye Institute. Our website is a collection of high-quality ophthalmic pathology slides that were converted into digital images while using image viewing software to create a virtual simulation of light microscopy, with the overall purpose of fostering self-directed learning of pathologies. The slides are organized in the categories seen in the heading above. And after selecting one of these, you'll see the corresponding slides to your left here. To show an example of how these slides are to be navigated, we'll go through one together. So we're going to click up at the retina heading up top, and you'll see on your left the corresponding slides with retinal pathologies. So after making your selection of the particular slide you want to look at, the full image will load. And here on your left, you'll see multiple boxes. This first up here with menu, display options, has all the viewing options that you can select. Here at the toolbar, this lets you change the view of your image, so you can zoom in or out with the plus or minus signs. And then with these arrows, you can adjust along the image. Now this is a slower way to just make small adjustments in your view. To make faster adjustments, you can click directly on the screen and drag it to wherever you want to focus in on. Another option would be to click inside this blue rectangle inside the navigator box. Click and drag to where you want to focus. That's probably the fastest way. Now over here on your right, you have the annotations box. So here's where we have multiple points of interest with all of the relevant annotations for each of the pathologic slides. So in order to see these, you can click the down arrow next to main, and here are all the points of interest for this particular slide. So we're going to click on rubeosis iridis, and you'll see that the view box changes to the particular view for this point of interest. So you click on the view box, and you'll see that the screen changes accordingly, and it'll match the view box here. Now what you can do is hover over with your mouse to the screen, and you can see all of the relevant annotations with this particular point of interest. Now, not all of the points of interest have multiple labels, but if you wanted to check if they do or don't, you can look next to label, click the down arrow, and see all of the labels in this particular point of interest. Now, let's say for sake of comparison, you wanted to compare this to a normal histologic slide. So one way to do that is to go to the normal heading up here. Now we were looking at the iridocorneal angle, so we're going to look for a normal slide with a similar histologic section. And then up next to points of interest, we're going to go and find the iridocorneal angle point of interest, and then click on the view box, and it'll adjust accordingly. And then with opening multiple tabs, you can toggle back and forth between the slide with pathology and normal so that you can compare the differences between the two. This concludes the introduction to our ophthalmic virtual microscopy site. We hope you find it useful in your studies.